Last time we talked only about emotional intelligence. We went till there. And the topic that we are going to have in emotional intelligence and that we'll be covering today is cultivating empathy, handling conflicts mindfully, and improving relation dynamics and anger management. So, this is what we are going to focus on today. So, let us move to our cultivating empathy, right? So, the question to all of you is, what is empathy? What do we understand by empathy? Any guess? It's okay. When we say empathy, what do we mean by empathy?
It's
Being in other
emotional
person's
sympathy, I think. Emotional sympathy.
Yeah, it is emotional sympathy, can be, yeah, okay, very close.
being in other person's shoes and feeling, I mean, like how you.
Very good, very good. I can see two Aishwarya. So there are two Aishwarya in the class, or have you logged in twice?
No, there are two. There are
There
two.
are
There are two Aishwarya. Okay, okay,
Yeah.
fine, fine. So that is very correct answer, as mentioned. So let us look at the different. Any other guess, or we move forward? Any other one would like to say? Or so, what is empathy? Empathy is ability to understand and share feelings of another person. Yeah, it is not only my feeling, but I am able to understand other person's feeling, that is putting myself in other person's shoes and then feeling in this particular situation how that person must be feeling, right? And being sympathetic towards that feeling, right? So it is that seeing from others perspective, not from normally what happens, we all see from our perspective what I want, what is our perspective. But then empathy means seeing from others perspective, right? And opposite of empathy is apathy. Okay, right? Now another question, what is compassion? What is the difference between empathy and compassion? When we say compassion, it is very close to empathy, but what is the difference between empathy and compassion? Anyone? So, empathy, compassion is whatever definition of empathy it holds true. It is putting ourselves in another person's shoe and feeling that emotion. But there is one additional point, it doesn't stop at just feeling it, but taking up action to help and feel them better. So compassion means I also take up some action. I do something more so that the other person starts feeling more comfortable, right? So that is the difference between empathy and compassion. So taking up action to help them feel better, and it is an active emotion, and the opposite of compassion is cruelty, right? So now the next question is, why do we need to have empathy? We are happy. I'm doing everything for myself. Then why do I need to feel empathy? Why should I cultivate empathy? The topic today is cultivating empathy, right? So why do I need to cultivate empathy? I should take care of myself. I'm happy. What do you think is the answer? What is the need to see from other person's shoe?
Then
So
we
let
can
us,
give the emotional
yes,
support to the other person. Emotional support to the other person can be given once we have the empathy.
yes, that's true. That's true. Once we have the empathy, then we can give that. So if you look at what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Sarva yoneshu kaunteya murtaya sambhavantiya tasam brahma mahadionir aham bij pradah pita. Aham is I, bij is seed, and pradah means I am the seed giving father. So Krishna is the seed giving father. So any in this yoni, sarva means all. Yoni means species. We talked about 14 loks. Bhulok is in the center. Above us, we have Bhuar Lok, Swarg Lok. Similarly, we have 7 lok. The topmost lok is Brahma Lok. And below, we have hellish planets. And similarly, there are 6 below, right? So we have 14 lok. And whatever species are existing there, that is Yoni. So Sarv Yoni, in all the Yoni, O Kaunteya, O Arjun, murteha, whatever forms are there, sambhavatiya, whatever forms are possible, tasam, they all, Brahma Mahad Yonir is, Mahad means when the material world was created, what has happened? I have given the seed for everyone. So, Krishna is the father of all the species. It says, it should be understood that all species of life, O son of Kunti, are made possible by birth in this material nature, and that I am the supreme father. Right? So, this is what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, 14th chapter, 4th slok. Everyone in any species form is a child of Krishna. So, everyone is a child of Krishna. Now, second thing that Krishna says, that he is present in every being as super soul. He is as Paramatma, he is in the heart of all living entity, whether it is plant, whether it is trees, whether it is insect, whether it is any living creature that exists. This, it has soul, and Krishna is present as Paramatma in everyone. So Krishna says, Aham Atma Gunakesha Sarvabhuta Sthita Aham Adishcha Madhyam Cha Bhutanam Anta Eva Cha. This is the 10th chapter, 20th slok. Krishna says, Aham Atma. I am the super soul. Gunakesha. Gunakesha is Arjun. Sarvabhuta, in all the living entities. Sthita. I am situated there. Aham Adi. I am the only one who is Adi, means the beginning. Cha Madhyam, the middle. Cha Bhutanam Anta. And even the nth. The beginning, end, and middle, everything is me. So I am the super soul, O Arjun, seated in the hearts of all living entities. I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of all beings. Right? So Krishna is present in every being as super soul. He and we all are the child of Krishna. And then Krishna also says in the 6th chapter, 29th slok, he says, Sarva Bhuta Stham Atmanam Sarvabhutani Chatmani Ikshate Yoga Yuktatma Sarvatra Samdarshana. Krishna says, a true yogi, when we say someone is a yogi, a true yogi observes me in all beings. He knows that in all the beings I am there, and also sees every being in me. And whatever he sees Krishna in everything. Indeed, the self-realized person sees me, the same Supreme Lord, everywhere. Right? So a self-realized yogi sees me everywhere, right? So Krishna is present in every being as super soul and is everywhere. Yeah. So why we should cultivate empathy? The topic today is cultivating empathy. The question is, why should we cultivate empathy? So we realize Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, we are all Krishna's children, right? We are all Krishna's children, and he is seated in the heart of each of us as super soul. So he is there in everyone's heart. So if we hurt anyone, would Krishna be pleased? Right? So think about a mother and a children. She has got 5 children. Now, for a mother, everyone is equal. Now, if one child hurts the other child, will mother like it? Similarly, he being the father of everyone, will he like it if we don't care about the other child? Right? Why we all care about our siblings, our brothers, sisters, family members, right? So we all are the family of Krishna. And when we are the family of Krishna, we have to take care of other also, right? So if we hurt anyone, Krishna will not be pleased. So we have to have empathetic towards any other soul. And that is why we should cultivate empathy, so that we can understand the feeling of from others' perspective, right? Now, what is the foundation of empathy? What is the foundation of empathy? That is seeing beyond ego, seeing beyond I. When I have the capability of seeing beyond myself, then only I can develop empathy. I need to cultivate empathy. We all have to have empathy. That is what the topic we are studying. So we can only have that when we are able to see beyond us, right? So the question is, why are we not able to see beyond I? What is the reason that it doesn't, it, many people, like, why is it that all of us or many of us does not have empathy? We are very, so what is the reason for that? Any comments?
We are more self-centered, thinking about ourselves every time, maybe, like, so that will not allow us to think about others or look into the other's
Absolutely right. We are very self-centered. That is one of the reason. because of which I'm too much I. So I don't bother about the other perspective. What could be other reasons that people are not empathetic or has less empathy? Definitely one is self-centeredness. What are the other things?
Egoistic.
Yes, egoistic. If I'm egoistic, I'll be only myself. I'll always put me above everyone else, right? Anything else that you can think of?
Not able to see the divine presence in every being, like maybe one of the reason.
Yeah, not able to see
Divine presence in every being.
divine in anyway. That's true, absolutely true. We are not able to see soul, that everyone is a divine soul. That could be another reason. That's true, right? So now let us look at Arjun. Now, what happened to Arjun? When we talk about empathy, let's look at Arjun's story. What happened to Arjun? Arjun was empathetic. Arjun, what happened when he started when he asked Krishna to take him and he wanted to see both the armies? When he looked at the Kauravas' army, what happened? He refused to fight, isn't it? He was compassionate. He was so compassionate that he refused to fight, isn't it? And then he was wondering that if I win and then everyone is killed and I win, then with whom I will share my happiness, isn't it? So what was wrong there? Arjun was empathetic. So what was wrong in Arjun's thinking, that if everyone gets killed, if I mean, it's true for all of us. If we are standing in a war and all our family members on the other side, we will also think they all are our family members. How can I kill them? From whom will I share my happiness? Isn't it? So Arjun was empathetic, right? If yes, then why Krishna says no, you have to fight?
For greater good, right? Otherwise,
Very good, very good. For a greater good. Yes, very, very close. Anyone else?
For dharma.
Yes, yes, for duty. So what happened in Arjun's case? He was empathetic at a bodily level. He was empathetic at a bodily level. He was seeing himself and he was seeing everyone at a bodily level as their relationship. And then his duty, the duty that he was looking only at as the duty as a from his family perspective, that he is a son of this family or he is a father of someone. He was only self-centered. Arjun was only self-centered when he was looking at the entire situation and saying, how can I fight with them, isn't it? He was self-centered. So his empathy that he was showing was emotional and at a bodily level. And it was very much even his duty. Now, being a Kshatriya, his duty, as we talked about in the earlier chapter, the duty is at a bodily level and also at a dharma at a higher level. Now, he was a Kshatriya and his duty was to save the dharma, right? So he was not able to see his bigger duty. He was focused only on his bodily relation, which was emotional empathy, right. So we have to look at a higher empathy, higher at a much higher level, not only at my eye level, which Arjun showed in chapter 1, self-centeredness, only relation at a bodily level, and thinking about his happiness. What will happen, with whom he will share the happiness, what will happen if he kills, the family will get destroyed. So he was only thinking from him and his family, not about the bigger society, about the dharma, about the vanashram for which he was there. He was not thinking about divine will, divine, so which is much higher than own relation, right? Lily Mataji, are you clear? Are you understanding? Yeah. So that was Arjun's story. So he was showing emotional empathy, but what happened when Krishna told Bhagavad Gita to him, that emotional empathy changed from emotional to spiritual. From a bodily thing, the first thing Krishna explained to him, that you are not this body, but you are soul. We all are soul, and we don't have to look at a bodily level alone. Definitely we have a bodily responsibility, but we don't have to look at a bodily level alone. We have to look at a spiritual level. So what did Krishna do in Bhagavad Gita? From a bodily level, Krishna explained him, took him to the divine level. From a bodily level, Krishna took him to the divine level. From a emotional empathy, he took him to the explained him the spiritual empathy, right? And that was the transformation in Arjun, that he wanted to, how can I kill them? From there, he went to, let me serve Krishna's will for the welfare of all. He killed them to serve Krishna. In the end, he killed everyone to save dharma. That's why Krishna was there, right? So that was as a service to Krishna. So that was his story. Now our question was, why is we are not able to see beyond I? So first thing is right knowledge, because our knowledge is very limited to material plane. I, my, we. So first is right knowledge. Right knowledge is, who am I? I am not this body, but I am soul. What is my relation with other beings? We all are children of Krishna, right? What is my relation to Krishna? He is the seed giving father. He is in the he is seated in the heart of everyone as Paramatma. And what is our Param Dharma? What is our highest duty? Our highest dharma is to serve Krishna, right? Then dharma and duty, bodily and eternal, right? So since this is the knowledge, many of us, we don't have the right knowledge. Because of this, our vision is limited to us, I, right? Then unlimited desires. The desires are so many desires we have, that we are not able to satisfy our desire. Unless I am satisfied, I will not able to take care of other person. So we are bound by unlimited desire, and because of this, we are always dissatisfied. We always want something more, something more, something more, right? Dil mange more, because of our senses. And because of dil mange more, what happens? We are not able to look beyond us, right? The attachment that we have with everyone, which is related to me bodily. And when I do for myself, then I look for my immediate family, then I look for my next level of family, and I'm not able to look at a society or for a higher cause whom I don't even know, right? I just get limited to that. So it is attachment, miserliness, ego, as you rightly said, envy. So these are the reasons because of which we are not able to cultivate. Our empathy is very limited. Then the next thing is what Krishna says, what qualities we need to cultivate. Now, if as per Bhagavad Gita, what are the qualities that a person, which is someone who is empathetic, has? So what are the qualities one needs to cultivate for being empathetic? And Krishna says in the 12th chapter 13th slok, adveshta sarvabhutanam maitra karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankara sam dukha sukha chami. So adveshta, that is a very very important quality, which is envy. He says we should not be envious. If we are envious, then we can never grow spiritually. Krishna says to Arjun that I am giving this knowledge to you because you are my friend. You are not envious, and you are my friend. And in our scriptures, multiple times it has been quoted that if any of us have envy, if we have this emotion of, if quality of envy, then we cannot progress spiritually. And what is the opposite of envy? Opposite of envy is praise. So whenever we feel jealousy about something, what we can immediately do, we can, once we realize that this I'm becoming envious, immediately we should start looking at that thing and start praising that thing mentally. Once we start doing that, our quality of enviness will actually decrease, and we will become more and more purified. So adveshta is basically one who is not envious. Then Sarva Bhutana Maitra. Maitra is friend. Friend to all living entities. Karuna, kind. Evacha, nirmamo. Mam is mine. Nirmamo means nothing is mine. I came empty handed to this world and I am going to go empty handed from this world. Whatever is here has been given to us by Krishna. I will enjoy it and I will leave it and go back. Nirmamo, nothing is mine. Nir ahankara, no ego. Some means equal in dukh and sukh. Dukh means what do you call distress, and sukh is happiness. Shami is forgiving. Forgiving is a very very big quality. Shami will make us tolerant, right? So Krishna says, what are the qualities that we need to cultivate? One who is not envious, but is a kind friend of all living entity, who does not think himself as proprietor and is free from false ego, who is equal in both happiness and distress, who is tolerant. And then in the 14th shloka, Krishna continues, Santushta Satatam Yogi. Satatam is योगी यत आत्मा दृढ़ निश्चय मया अर्पित मनो बुद्धिर यो मद भक्ता समय प्रिय संतुष्ट सततम. So संतुष्ट is satisfied. Satatam means always. Someone who is always satisfied. That yogi yat atma drisht nishchaya, and who is connected to me drisht nishchaya, with determination. Mai arpit mano buddhir. Mai means to me. Has arpit is has given. What has given? Mano. Man is mind and buddhi is intelligence. Mad Bhakta, that devotee of mine is very dear to me. So when we say cultivate, what are the qualities that needs to be created for someone who is empathetic? What qualities you will see in them? Non-envious. They are friendly to everyone. They are kind. They are not self-centered. They don't, I know everything is mine. No, even if they have, they'll actually give things, charity. They'll do a lot of charity. They'll believe in giving to others. Nirahankara, no, they don't have ego, my, I and mine. They are equal in happiness and distress. They are forgiving. They have a high, big, very good quality of forgiving. Then they are satisfied. Only when you are satisfied, then you can give others. Otherwise, you always want for yourself. Then they are determined for praying to Krishna. Then and their mind and intelligence are actually my arpit, has been devoted to Krishna, and that is Krishna says such a devotee is very very dear to me, right? So these are the qualities that we need to have to cultivate. Now the question is, how can we cultivate that qualities? The first is practice looking at people as soul. Start looking, when we start looking at soul, then it is beyond caste, creed, color, nationality, everything, right? We start looking at people as souls and as part and parcel of Krishna. Meditate on equality of all souls. Practice, this is a very very important thing, selfless service. Make it a point that to every day I'll do some service, if not every day, every week, which is selfless, not for me, not for any of thing I is related to me, but I do something which is for good for others, with no expectation. I'm doing this good for others, but I don't want anything in return for that goodness that I am doing, right? So practice self-service. Go to a temple, do service there. There's so many service needed in the temple. Go and help people. So practice self-service without expectation of result. Listen without judgment. Hearing Krishna Katha, chanting daily. So chanting, the more we chant, the more we hear about Krishna Katha, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, what will happen? We get purified. The more we hear, the more we get attached. The more scriptural knowledge we have about ourselves and why we are here, and it will help us to get purified and help us to break the cycle of birth and death. So this is how we can actually. So if you have any questions, you can write on the chat or you can ask. So this is about cultivating empathy. We'll move to the next topic after this. Yeah? Yes?
I have one question.
Yes?
Uh, we are talking about Krishna Katha. So okay, but I think most of all the people are following different gods in India. We know that there are practice of following number of gods. is it that to follow any god or just Krishna only we can say? I think Krishna means general god.
Krishna means
Some
Krishna. Krishna means Krishna. But then, what Krishna also says in the 8th chapter, that all of us, just like our fingers are different, they are different, right? So all of us are in our spiritual journey, and we are at different levels, right? So it is fine if you follow whatever God, continue doing practicing there with the higher aim of crossing the cycle of birth and death. So it is a spiritual journey. Our life is a journey. We have taken birth millions and millions years before, and we all are on a journey till we actually reach the Golok Vrindavan, right? That is our final destination. But our different journey can be a different level, and that is fine, because we all are different, right? So whatever, so if we have a goal of finally breaking the cycle of birth and death, this is what I want to achieve. Understanding who am I am a soul, and I am part and parcel of Krishna. But whomever you are whomever you are worshipping, worship and say, help me to break the cycle of birth and death. Your journey will continue. Today you are in this class because you have reached here where you can sit and listen to Bhagavad Gita and get this knowledge. So always remember, we all are spiritual souls in our journey, and in that journey we are hearing so that we get the knowledge to move forward. The more you chant, the more you hear, the more you will learn, and you'll move forward. Yeah, and your question is very valid. All of us are different. There are different god and goddesses and things are there. And if you read Bhagavad Gita fully, if you read, Krishna explains everything in Bhagavad Gita. And this is very well explained in 7th and 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Okay. So I'll share my YouTube link. If you want, you can listen to the 7th and 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. You will actually go through it and understand what Krishna explains in this. Yeah. So anything else, or we move to the next topic? Any other questions? Yeah.
Ma'am, please share that YouTube
Hello.
link in group also. Right.
Sure, I will forward today. I'll put it in the link, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So
Hello.
there I have put, in the playlist, if you go, you have chapter wise. Just in that playlist, you'll see session 1, session 2, just look at the order number and go from a ascending order. So you will be able to hear. So 7th and 8th chapter, your whatever question you have asked me has been very clearly explained in Bhagavad Gita. Yes, anything else? Or we move forward?
Hello.
Next topic is, yes, Anshu?
Suppose I'm having empathy, but what we can do when our environment or the inner circle of the friends or colleagues not having the same type of feeling toward me or others, then how to handle?
Okay. So very important thing, Anshu, listening to your question. Um, your question is that I have empathy, but you feel that the people with whom you are surrounded, they don't have the empathy towards you, or that is the
Yes,
what? Yeah. So
yes, yes,
first thing, there are two things I'll answer to you. One thing, expectation is the root cause of agony. So don't have an expectation that, I am empathetic, so others around me should be empathetic. That is why there was a very important thing which is here, which says, Krishna says, Kshami. Kshami is forgiving, tolerant. Now, always remember, when whatever situation we are put in our life is because of, there are a lot of things. There are two important things. It is because of our karma. So whatever we are facing or going through, so the people, especially the people with whom we are surrounded, we have chosen them, right? Because of which we are surrounded with them. Now, or maybe, we don't choose our parents, we don't choose our kids. I mean, they are given to us. So they are nothing but a product of our karma and desires, right? So and they are there because of a particular reason, to balance the karma that we all had. right? So the thing is, in that case, you should always, what we, again I would say, chant. And either if you have in a situation you can change your association, do that. If you change your I mean, if you can do that, do that. But if you are in a situation where you cannot do and they are very much related to you, then do understand that that is nothing but a part of your karma, or Krishna is trying to teach you some lesson. It's a blessing in disguise so that you can move forward spiritually. These are the two reasons that because of which such situation happens. Okay?
Right. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Next. So we move to the next one. Handling conflict mindfully and improving relation dynamics. That is the second topic that we have. What do we understand by conflict? That questions to you, to everyone. What do we understand by conflict? What is conflict?
Difference of opinion.
Very correct. Anyone else?
Ego clashing.
Yes, ego clash. Yes.
Duality of thoughts.
Can you please repeat, Ashwin? I couldn't get it.
Yeah, duality of thoughts.
Yes, duality of thought. That's true. Anything else? Can we say conflict is a state of disagreement?
Maybe lack of education. They don't know enlightenment or whatever. That is why
Yeah,
the
that could be a
conflict
reason.
is there. Yeah.
Yeah, that could be a reason.
Confusion between right and wrong.
Yeah, from our perspective, right? Right and wrong is always from a person's perspective. So can we say conflict is a state of disagreement? Well, whenever there's a conflict, there's some goal against which people are not agreeing to, right? Then only conflict will happen. Yeah. So it is a state of disagreement, opposition, or struggle that occurs between two or more parties. We'll talk about two parties over some goal, whichever reason, which there must be some reason, some value, or some interest, because of which things are, two people are not agreeing to it, and then we have conflict. It's a definition from a dictionary. So this is the standard reason that we say that we have a conflict. Do we agree? Yeah. So this is the reason why normally we have a conflict. It's a disagreement between, for a goal, people are disagreeing, right? What
It
are the
can be
types?
a matter of self conflict in ourself itself rather than two different people.
Absolutely, Lakshmi, and we'll be talking about that. That's why this point is there. Types of conflict. What are the types of conflict?
Self conflict to start with, if I have to add
Yes,
on.
yes. Self conflict is basically internal conflict, right? Between mind and intelligence. Should I do this or not do that? Is this right? Not right, right? I want to do it, but this is not right, right? That is internal conflict that we all go through between our mind and intelligence, which others don't see, but we go into that conflict and we suffer, right? And external, which people may see, is between people, roles, duties, right? It is between people, roles, duties. So this is the type of conflict that we normally see, external or internal. Many of us, which we talked about when we talked about this point thing here, so many of us, in the last class I talked about that we as a thing, we are affected by three types of miseries. One by the mind and body, which is internal, which is called adhyatmic. Then because of our society, which is adi bhautik, and then what do you call it, adi devik, which is because of natural disasters, right? So these are the three types of miseries every one of us in this material world goes through. The first one is adhyatmic, which is internal, right? And external
Ma'am,
is between people and all. Yeah.
ma'am, can we consider it here heart also between mind and heart?
Yes. Mind is basically heart. It is man. Desires come from heart or mind, right? Intelligence is बुद्धि. मन एंड बुद्धि हम हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना, मन और बुद्धि के बीच में कॉन्फ्लिक्ट चलता है, तो ये मन और बुद्धि है, Man is your mind, and yeah, it is also the desires comes from heart, right? Now, what happens when there's a conflict? Think from an emotional state, think from a mind, think from a behavior and relation. When there's a conflict happens between two people or between mind and intelligence, what happens? What happens what are the emotion? Emotionally, how do we feel? When there's a
Generally,
conflict,
they fight. There's a fight or something type, envious type, or they don't talk to each other. They stop talking, like this type of things happen.
right, right. Aruna, yes,
Jealousy comes in.
Yeah, we want to win at any cost.
absolutely. We want to win at any cost.
And that creates conflict.
Yeah, that increases conflict.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Lily ma'am, tell me. Continue.
So when there's a conflict between the two persons, they don't realize what they are saying to each other. They are hurting each other directly. So in that, the ego is more and more piling up, and ultimately it is a breakup. And both sides, they have the mental trauma also,
Right,
emotional
right.
trauma also.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anyone else? Or I move to the next slide. So what happens when there's a conflict? Let us try to understand at different level. At the emotional level, what happens? We all are angry, right? Whenever there's a conflict, the other person is not listening, there'll be anger, there'll be agitation, there'll be a fear. Someone will be fearful. What will happen next? Or sadness. So emotionally, we may feel all these things, right? What is the state of mind? How will our mind will be at that point of time? Because of our anger, mind is unsteady. It is not calm. It is bewildered, confused, and illusioned. Right? Mind is anger. Because of anger, we are confused. We are bewildered. Right? What is the behavior? What is the behavior we show to the other person that we can see? Anger. These are emotions. We can see the emotions from a behavior perspective. We are in rage. We are immediately reactive. As Aruna Madaji said, we are argumentative. We want to win at any cost. Even before the other person has told something, I am ready with my answer halfway. I am going to, continue doing that. I don't want to listen what you are saying. I am going to argue, right? And that is what happens in the conflict. And listening capability is impaired. I just don't want to listen anything. I just want to prove my point, and people start fighting. That is what is happening in the conflict, right? And what happens to the relation between the people? It gets strained. It gets strained. It becomes difficult, right? Now, let us look at Arjun's condition. Arjun, what happened? Arjun, when he saw again that, he was fearful. If I kill everyone, then with whom I will share my happiness? Isn't it? And then he's telling Krishna, Krishna, we understand what we are going to do. If we start the fight, everyone will get killed, right? We have more intelligence than the party who is standing in front of us. And I'm fine to leave everything and go than to fight this war at the cost. Even if someone gives me all the three worlds, I don't want the three worlds. I'm happy to go and beg, but I don't want to fight, right? So what is happening? He's agitated and he says, Krishna, I'm totally bewildered, I'm totally confused, I don't know what I should do in this situation, so I'm surrendering on to you. That's what happened to Arjun, right? The good part is that he had that realization that he's confused, he is not able to think in the right direction, and what is the best thing he did? He surrendered to Krishna, and Krishna was listening to him. What was Krishna doing? He did not interrupt Arjun. He listened in the first full chapter. He continued listening to Arjun without, only two words he has said in the first chapter. That's it. Otherwise, he has just listened to Arjun throughout the first chapter with a complete giving his full attention and smiling, calm, right? So this was the state in the first chapter. Arjun was unsteady, confused, bewildered, agitated, fear, sadness. His behavior was reactive. He was argumentative, and that is how he was, right? Now, I'm sure all of us would have listened to the story of two goats in our childhood. The two goats, they wanted to cross a bridge, and the bridge was the width of the bridge was enough for one goat to cross, right? And both the one goat was coming from one side, the other goat was coming from the other side. And when they met in the middle of the bridge, because they could not go side by side, they were facing each other and saying, I want to cross. I have an urgent work on the other side. The other goat said, I have a super urgent work. I have to go that side. And what happened? They started fighting. And after, in the end, what happened? They both fell in the river. Right? Have you heard the story in the childhood? And this is what happens to all of us in the conflict. We keep on fighting, and then what happens? Finally, what is the result? We actually fall down. Isn't it? Now, let us look at Krishna, what Krishna says. Krishna says in the second chapter, 63rd shlok, he says, Krodhat bhavati sammoha, sammohat smriti vibhrama, smriti bhranshad buddhi nasho, buddhi nashad prashati. Krodh is anger. Krodhat bhavati sammoha. Because of krodh, what happens? We get delusion, thinking I am right. And somehow I get delusioned that whatever I am speaking is right, the other person is wrong. I don't even want to listen to the other person because I know I am right. Right? Then, because of that delusion, smriti vibhrama, sammohat, smriti is memory, vibhrama is it gets bewildered. My memory gets bewildered because of the illusion that whatever I say is right and this is what I want. Right? Then smriti bharshad buddhi nasho. Because of my memory getting bewildered, what happens? Buddhi nasho. The mind, the intelligence the intelligence is lost. And because of buddhi, when the intelligence get lost, we fall down. Right? If you remember the chariot, the chariot I have shown in the beginning, we talked about, in the chariot, the mind, the senses, then the mind was the rope, and the charioteer was the intelligence was the charioteer who is holding. So the charioteer, the intelligence is most important. The intelligence always tells us the right thing, but desire, man, always tells us the wrong thing. And if the intelligence is strong, then the mind can be controlled. But if the intelligence is not strong, then we get swayed by the mind in that direction. And how we can make the intelligence strong? Only by our spiritual intelligence. The more spiritually advanced we are, our intelligence will be more stronger. Yeah, Lili Mataji, right? So, from anger, complete delusion arises. From delusion, bewilderment of memory. When memory is bewildered, intelligence is lost. And when intelligence is lost, one falls down again into the material pool. Just like the goat, they both fell down in the river, right? Anger causes delusion. Delusion causes bewilderment of memory. Intelligence is lost and soul falls down, right? So this is what happens when in the conflict stage. Next, we talked about what happens when there's a conflict. This is what we saw, right? Now, the topic that we are reading is conflict mindfully. So what is mindfulness? What do we understand by mindfulness? The topic that we are dealing right now is handling conflict mindfully and improving relation dynamics. We just read about conflict, why the conflict happens, and how the relation gets strained because of the conflict. This is what we completed. So now the next word is mindfully. So the question to everyone is, what do we mean by mindfulness?
Awareness.
Very correct. Awareness, Yes.
And Mataji Hare Krishna,
Hare
the story which you were narrating, I mean, about the two goats, and sorry, but I heard a different one. It was like the two boats when they were
No, no, don't tell,
crisscrossing.
don't tell now, Dipti. If you know that, that is the answer
Okay,
to the next one. I'll be talking about that story. I got it. So you know the
okay.
different version, right? We will
Yeah,
be
yeah, yeah.
talking about that story in the next version. I'll ask you to tell the story then, okay?
Okay,
I'll
ma'am.
ask you to tell that, okay?
No
So
problem.
you
Ji,
know the
ji,
second version also. Good.
ji. Thank you.
Yeah. I'll ask you to say that story then.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So what is mindfulness? Anyone else? Awareness. Do we all agree? So mindfulness is being aware of what's happening within and around you. So we also understand our internal state. Most important is internally, do we understand our internal state? Am I reactive or am I responding? If I know my internal state, it means my mind is under control. So awareness is what's happening within and around you. If we have that capability of understanding what's happening within us, then I have the choice of controlling what I want to do next. But if I don't know and the conflict is happening, I will always be reactive. I always want to reply without thinking to win the conflict. And what is going to happen? Just like goat, we are going to fall. The state that we told, the version one story I told, right? We will fall. That's what will happen if we are reactive and trying to prove myself better, right? So mindfulness is being aware within and around you, what's happening around. Another thing is without being swept away by thoughts, emotion, and impulses. I don't want to be swept away. It means when you say swept away by thoughts, where is thoughts getting generated? Mind. Where are emotions, feelings? Mind. Right? It means I don't want to get swept away by thoughts and emotions. It means my mind is under full control. Thoughts and emotions are coming from mind. It is a storehouse of, right? Feelings, thoughts, emotions are from mind. So it means mindfulness means I'm totally know about my own situation. I know what is happening within me, what are the emotions I'm going through. I'm angry now. I am sad now. I am fearful now. And I know that these are the thoughts and emotions which is running in my mind, right? So handling conflict mindfully. So now what will happen, how the conflict will happen if I am mindful. So let us go, let's look at the next shlok that Krishna says in the second chapter. He defines about the who has got a steady mind, because when you are saying I'm aware, mindfulness means I have a steady mind. And what Krishna talks about the steady mind, Arjun asked Krishna in the second chapter stating that who is a sthit pragya? Sthit pragya is a person with a steady mind who can transcend the mode of material nature. It means mode of ignorance, passion, and goodness. Who's above that? So that person is a person of steady mind. So Krishna says, Dukheshva anudvigmana mana sukheshu vigat spriha veet rag bhaya krodha sthit dhir muni ruchyate. Dukh, we all know, dukh means sad. And anudvig means disturbed. When there's a problem, when there's a sadness, when there's dukh, then he is not disturbed by dukh. Mana sukheshu vigatspriya. And when there's sukh, he is not elated, is not very happy, right? Veet means attachment. He does not have any attachment to Veet is free from what? Rag means attachment. Bhaya means krodh. Bhaya means fear. Krodh means anger. The person is free from attachment, fear, and anger. Sthit dhi means intelligence is fixed. Such muni ruchite, that is what I call as a person with steady mind. So Krishna says, one who is not disturbed in mind even amidst the threefold miseries, or elated when there is happiness, and who is free from attachment, fear, and anger, is called a stage of steady mind. So when you have steady mind, then it means not very much attached, fearful or anger, and able to control the mind. So mindful communications begins with steady mind, not reactive. So in a conflict, we do communication. And what sort of communication? Mindful communication. It can only happen when we have our mind is controlled, right? So what will be the situation in this case when my mind is controlled? What will be my emotion? I won't be in anger. I won't be in agitation. I'll not be fearful. I'll be calm, right? Because the other person is fighting and I have control over my mind. So I know I can be calm. I can be calm, although the I'm being accused of something. In the conflict, I am being told that no, you are wrong, you are wrong, you are wrong, you are wrong. But because my mind is steady, I have been successfully able to control my mind. So what will happen? I'll remain calm. I'm not also going to get agitated, because as soon as I get agitated, angry, there is going to be a conflict and the goats are going to fall down. Now, here what's going to happen? The other person is accusing, saying unpleasant thing or not doing whatever is expected, but I am able to keep my mind calm. What is the state of mind when my emotion is calm? Mind is controlled, non-judgmental or reflective. I'm listening. I'm not responding immediately. I'm reflective, right? What is the behavior? Capable of listening mindfully. Whatever the other person is saying, I'm listening, but I'm not judgmental about it, and may focus on positive. I can be humble, polite, and compassionate. Sometimes when there's a very nice story I heard. There was it's a real incident. There was a taxi driver who was coming out of a New York airport, and there was a Indian sitting behind, and there was basically another taxi in front, and that person was really getting angry on the other taxi driver and putting a lot of horns and abusing this and that. And this person was very calmly looking at helping and letting the person go, but still the other person was really misbehaving, very angry, very abusive. So the other taxi driver went by, so the passenger asked this person, that person had been cursing you, shouting at you, but you were so calm. He said that I'm actually feeling very sorry for that, because of for him, because look at the state he is in. At least by just being calm, I can help him. Yeah. So if we are calm and humble, at least I can give a smile to that person. So it is very important that our behaviors, if the other person is not behaving properly, our behavior should be humble, and that can only happen when we have a controlled mind. Otherwise, I will keep on being abusive. Yeah. So that is there. Then relation with the other person, when in this case when I'm calm, then may not change, because the focus is not on the person but on the behavior because of which the fight is happening. The person who is calm is mature enough to understand the person with whom the conflict is happening, the person as a person is not bad, but the behavior the person is showing right now is bad. So this person is capable of differentiating between the human and the behavior the human is displaying, because the behavior can be changed. Human as such is good, right? So if relationship is important, then the final thing that we want to, for which we are fighting, then the goal, then parties may accommodate and forget. The person who is more mature will actually not respond, will actually bear it, forgive the other person for the ignorance. Understand that although I am right, the other person is shouting at me, cursing me, but because of the maturity of the other person who is calm, what is happening? Actually, the relations will not get spoiled, because the person knows that the other person is actually good. It is only a behavioral problem, and the person is able to accept it. You can't change the behavior of a person. Accept it. Yeah. In that case, what will happen? Yes, Deepti Madaji, can you please tell the story of the two goats?
Ma'am, the story which you were narrating, it is absolutely fine, but I don't know, but I heard a different aspect. It was like when the two goats, they were about to cross the bridge they thought that one of them thought that if we start fighting, because both of them, they were not ready to give space to the other. So one of them was very cool, calm, patient. She it thought, and then finally decided that let me step down, let me bend, and let the other one pass over me. So
Absolutely
uh,
right.
this is
And
what
that is,
I mean, I
yes,
had heard of.
right,
So
that
that
is
was
right.
her mindfulness, that we can say, or her presence, or like she thought that in this manner we both can be safe.
Yes, so that is the next version. What happened? So now when the mind is, when you are mature enough, what will happen? The person's bend down. Bend down is accepting, forgiving, and giving space so that the other goat can pass over the first one, and both what do you call it, can reach their goal. This both can cross without falling down, right? So that actually is so much related to all of us. Yeah, if we can imbibe this behavior, if we can control our mind, and always remember, as the chariot thing I showed, controlling of the mind means strengthening your intelligence. Because mind, as we saw, mind and senses are the one which gets distracted all the direction. And if we can't control our senses, mind cannot be controlled. And mind can only be controlled if I can have my intelligence stronger than mind. And to make the intelligence stronger, it is a spiritual knowledge that will help us. Chanting, meditation, hearing scriptures. What will happen if we constantly do that? We will be in a position to make our mind so strong that we always know the emotions that we are going through. And that will also help us to avoid the conflicts around us, right? Also, Anshu, Prabhu, you talked about that. In that case, what will happen is, although you know that you are the one who are always adjusting in life, but what will happen, you will be very peaceful. You'll be able to forgive all others around you who are not accommodative to you. And what will happen is, accept this as your karma. And as soon as we accept it, we become peaceful. And when we become peaceful, we are able to live our life in a very calm way. That's what Krishna explains. Okay? So again, always in conflict, what happens? Sometimes with, especially husband, wife, or something very close to us, if we understand about relationship, the relationship dynamics, there's always a relationship. Now, if we respect the relationship and we want the relationship to continue, it could be husband wife, it could be best friends, it could be someone whom you care, but you know that the person is very what do you call it, uh, does not have control over the emotions, is argumentative, does not have. So what we can do, so if relationships are important, so we have to judge what is more important for me. Is this person important? That is what we need to decide. If the person is important for us, then we need to understand, we need to accept the person as is, and learn to keep on forgiving the person. Always remember, the person who forgives is always higher, because forgiveness is a divine quality. Forgiveness is a divine quality that you will read in 16th chapter, the quality, divine quality. It is not easy to have this tolerance, forgiveness, but if you keep on forgiving, there will be a day when the other person will understand. And forgiving, keeping quiet, doesn't mean that we have become smaller. No, it is a divine quality. Forgiving means you are always much higher than anyone else whom you are forgiving. And forgiving also unburden us. It unburden us. There was a teacher in class. She asked all the students to get potatoes from home. And she said, you are going to carry this potato with you always. Wherever you go, you have to carry this potato. Now, months passed. All the children were carrying this potato. What happened? Slowly, the potato started getting stale. It started stinking. And now they are still carrying. They asked teachers, it's stinking, what do we do? She said, no, you have to carry with you wherever you go. And it is not 1 kg, 2 kgs, it is 5 kgs you have to carry with you anytime and anywhere you're going. And the stink is becoming too much. And the kids are, I can't carry, this is too stink. She said, okay, this is how we carry the, what do you call it? She said, fine, there's a lesson here. This is how we carry the, what do you call it? Whatever, we are carrying with us, all those grievances of people against which we carry with our carrying. We are not forgiving. Forgiving is giving away those potatoes. As soon as you forgive, you free yourself. As soon as you forgive, you are freeing yourself with that weight that you are carrying. So, forgiving, tolerance, they are divine qualities. Yes, Hemangi, you have some question? You're on mute, I can't hear you.
I just wanted to clear some confusion. What to do if, if forgiveness is considered weakness and the same mistake is repeated again and again? Like sometimes it happens at workplace and sometimes with other people.
So definitely those who are not, I would say they are not, they don't have the right wisdom. They will see your forgiving nature as a weakness. That is very true. So you should understand that, they have to still mature. See, finally, we have to be peaceful with ourselves.
Yeah, yes.
Most important, because if I am not peaceful, then I can't keep my family peaceful. I can't keep my environment peaceful, right? We cannot. Whatever state the lady of the house is, that is how the environment will be.
Mm-hmm.
Or whoever, I mean, it all depends upon the person. Whatever behavior your is, if you are not peaceful, your environment, if you are not peaceful internally, environment around you cannot be peaceful. So first thing is, I need to be peaceful to make things peaceful around us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm forgiving, definitely the other people not being mature will think that I am weak. But that doesn't change you. If someone says, suppose someone comes and says, Sushmita, you're a donkey. Do I become a donkey? I know I'm not a donkey. I know what I am. Someone says, because you are a donkey, you won't become a donkey. You know what your value is. So just smile and leave it.
वो हमें हर्ट कर जाता है तो फिर हमसे कुछ ना कुछ हम निकल ही जाता है कितना भी काम प्रेजेंस रखे
that is what has to be cultivated. That is what Krishna says. Because of our attachment of, see, remember, now the day we start thinking that I am a soul, I have come to this world because of my desire and also to suffer the karmas that I have done. Now always remember, the most closest people that we have in our life, they are our karmas. It is not they who are doing anything. It is something which we have done in our previous life, which I am getting it back now. So the thing, as soon as we are clear about it, then we should always thank Krishna. Okay, good. Now at least I know. And one way to solve this problem is, suppose someone is really troubling you, and you want to, we all are souls, and we want to, we are not able to tolerate it. Then in the morning, when you're sitting and you're chanting, you're doing your prayers, close your eyes and in your mind call that soul. That soul is in that body now who is troubling me, because of which I am getting troubled. And when we have that knowledge, close your eyes, call that soul in front of you, and ask for forgiveness from the soul. Ask for repeated forgiveness from the soul, because whatever we are going through is our karma. It is not because of anyone else. We always blame others. You are not doing this, you are not doing that. But it is not others are not doing. They all are gift of God to us based on our karma. Our kids, our mother-in-law, our father-in-law, our mother, they all have been this, the way our boss, our peers, they all have been there to give back something which we have done with them. And no one comes in our life just like that. No one. Whatever relation, it is something we have had with them, because of which they are today, they have come in our life. So once we have that knowledge about our karma, and then we know, and if we are going through, very simple, sit, chant, so that we are mentally, we know how to control our mind, and call that soul in your prayers and ask for forgiveness, because I am suffering because of something I have done to dad in some lifetime. I don't know. Any other questions? So then we move forward, handling conflict mindfully. So mindfully, we talked about how to control our mind. We talked about the tools, austerity, mode of goodness, knowledge, chanting, mantra chanting, dhyan. These are the tools that we have which will help us to control our mind. Detachment, think each. Now, very important, if we can change our mindset like that. Nishkam Karm Yog. Each of the people around us that we are, they all are the gift of Krishna. And what we are doing, we are detached, but we are doing our duty with them. For example, I am a wife. I have a duty for my husband, and that duty I must do. I'm a wife. I have a mother-in-law. I have a child. I have to do my duty without any attachment. Nishkam karma yoga, no attachment, but do your duty. Not doing our duty is a sin. So we have to do our duty without attachment. So Anshu, Prabhu, do your duty without attachment, knowing that whatever the, although so don't expect, but yes, if people are not empathetic, it's my karma. Forgive them. But don't change yourself. Continue doing what you are doing, which is good. Yeah. So there's a story about a Brahmin and a Scorpio. Once what happened, a Brahmin was taking bath in a river, and each time he wanted to give, what do you call it, arg dete hain, and the Scorpio used to come in the hand, and the Scorpio, what used to do, used to bite him, but each time he used to take the Scorpio and try to save him by throwing it out of the river. Yeah. So there was an observer who was watching this and says to the Brahmin, why are you trying to save that Scorpio? Because each time you're trying to hold the Scorpio, he's cutting you, he's actually hurting you, but still you're trying to save. And the Brahmin smiled and said, we both are doing our duty. I, being a Brahmin, my responsibility is to save this creature from the water. That's what I'm trying to do. And he's doing his duty. His duty is to cut. So he's doing that. So always remember, each of us are surrounded with people, they have their own dharma and duty, their behavior that we can't change. They will do what they are doing, but I should not change. I should not change and not do my dharma, because that is my duty. I should not change and become like others, right? That is something which we have to be careful with. And bhakti yoga is Krishna. Yeah, do your devotional service to Krishna. Hear Krishna Katha, hear lectures, learn Gita. So I'll share my link if you want. Start listening from session 1 and go through all. It is each slok has been explained in detail, right? With stories. So probably you'll enjoy. Then we go to, so first is mindfully is control your mind. And once we control mind, then we can control the conflict. Handling conflict mindfully, listen without judgment. Listen without judgment. Don't react, but respond. Count 1 to 10 and focus on your breath. Maintain the austerity, or you can chant Hare Krishna, whatever you want to chant. Chant the name of God. That's another way of controlling your tendency of replying. Yeah. Maintain the austerity of speech. Very, very important. When we are in conflict, we forget how we are responding. And when we respond, it is like, the words which have come out from our mouth, we can't take it back. And how we have spoken, that we can't change. So austerity of speech consists in speaking words which are truthful, pleasing, beneficial, and not agitating to others. So be humble, and also in regular reciting Vedic literature. This is Bhagavad Gita 17, not 15. So even if we are fighting, if we are mindful, we will be calm, and whatever we speak, whatever comes out from our mouth, whatever words should be polite, should be helping others to become calm. Because if the other person is shouting, I am also shouting, the two goats will fall down. But if one person is shouting, I keep calm and I say, okay, fine. What? Okay, this is what it is. Fine. Let's think about it. How to solve it. Don't look at the problem, not at the person. The person is dear to you. That's why there's a conflict, right? Yeah. Don't target the person, but the behavior or the incident that was done. This would keep the relationship healthy. Learn to forgive. Be compassionate. If ever you are facing this problem, I have tried in my life, so I'm sharing. I have got two daughters. They are now grown up. Yeah, they are one is married, another one is a doctor. So when they were in their teenage, I mean, like any other mothers, I had a very difficult time, and especially, a lot of arguments and all. And definitely when they'll argue, you can't tolerate being a mother. The child is especially a teenager, they will argue. So you also, they shout or you get angry. And then I learned this, that patiently listen, whatever they are saying, give them a ear. It needs time, and for a working mother, time is always that they're always short of time. So that becomes a challenge for a working mother. But still, give them time, listen, and be compassionate. Love wins everyone. And I saw a drastic change. And as I told you, when I saw the fights, I started in my chanting, morning chanting. I always called the souls of my daughter, and started asking for forgiveness from her. I don't know what I have done to you, but please forgive me. And that was a daily ritual I used to do. And relationship changed so much that I can't tell you. And that's always a challenging phase when their kids are in teenager. And I have done this practice myself. Yeah. So I know it works. Yeah. So anyway, this is how we can handle
That's
conflict mindfully. Yes.
it's more difficult to manage with kids, especially teenage, and uh, I have some problem. How can उनसे कैसे बात करें? Sometimes I have two childs. One is smaller. The daughter is elder. Then she is asking you just always keep the take care of brother more than me, and every time this will happen.
That's normal. That's normal. And explain to her, to share, to give, and both ways. Just from your side, try to be as impartial as you can, and and give them ears, give them time, personal time to each separately also. When you are having with the elder child, explain to her why you have to give because he's small, and also say, okay, I will not do, why don't you do for him? Yeah. And for younger, teach, she's your elder sister. Respect, handle with respect, you have to. Yeah. It takes a time, but then it gets sorted out. Yeah. So we move forward. This is where it finishes, handling conflict mindfully. And we go to the next topic, which is, any questions, or we go to the next topic, anger management. Right. So we go to the next topic, which is anger management. Why do we get angry?
Outcome of a conflict.
Outcome of a conflict, yes. Expectations are not met.
Yeah.
Anybody not doing what we accept, उनको जो बोला है वो नहीं करते, या ऐसा कुछ हमारी जो एक्सपेक्टेशन है वो उसके हिसाब से वो लोग नहीं चलते, तो गुस्सा आ जाता है कि
Right.
Difference of opinion.
Correct. सही है ना?
तो it is our helplessness to handle a situation that
Right.
make us angry, I feel.
Right. So if you really see, it is always because of us. Like, I am not able to handle it, right? Difference of opinion. Again, if you go inside, let's look at, do you think there is anything more? When our expectations are not met, right? We expect something. That is the main cause of getting angry. And that could be in three situations I've written down here. I wanted something. It could be anything. I wanted to go out somewhere, to a picnic, to a party, to a place, or I wanted to buy something which I have not been. So that is, this object could be a pleasure to our senses, right? Which will make me happy, but I did not get it. That will make me sad and angry, right? I expected my kids to behave in a certain way. I wanted my husband to behave in a certain way, a wife to behave in a certain way, and it did not comply my expectation. Can you see, it is all my expectation. I am expecting, isn't it? It is my problem actually. Anger is my problem. See, I wanted an object, I did not get it. I wanted everyone to behave like me, they did not do it. I wanted promotion, praise, recognition, but did not happen as desired. Again, I wanted it, it did not happen it. Right? So normally these are the reasons by which get angry. Again, we talked about our miseries. We are soul. This diagram is wrong. Body and mind, this diagram should be, I have to correct this diagram. It is not till soul. It is adhyatmic klesha, the miseries that we face. Adhyatmic is because of body and mind, not because of soul. Huh? Adhyatmic is body and mind. This is our body, this is our mind, huh? Mind and intelligence. It is because of that we have adhyatmic. Because of society, this is us. Because of society, we get adibhautik. And because of nature, we get adidevik. So there are threefold miseries that impacts all of us. And Krishna has described this world as dukhalaya ashashvatam. So this world is dukhalaya, in which we are, has been created by Krishna, but this world, Krishna has said it's temporary because I've just created for you, and it is a full of miseries. So if we are here, we will be facing miseries, right? So let's accept it. Then angry because shlok number 62, second chapter. Dhyato vishyan punsa sangasteshu pajayate sangat sanjayate kama kamat krodho bijayate. Dhyayate vishyan punsa. Vishya is object. That object, pumsa is people. When a person is contemplating on dhyayate, is thinking about some object that I want, then what will happen? Sangat is attachment. Teshu upajayate. What will happen? Upjayate is we get attached to that object. If you are thinking about something, some person, some object, keep on thinking. What happens? I get attached to it. And when I get attached to it, what will happen? Sangat sanjayate kama. Then my lust develops. My desire to get that object increases. And when my desire to get that object increases, Kamat krodhot bijayate. If I get it, I am very happy. If I don't get it, I become angry. Right? If I get it, I am very happy. But if I don't get it, I become very angry. So this is what Krishna says as how because of some object, the anger moves. I contemplate for an object. When I keep on contemplating, my attachment develops for that object. When I get this, when my attachment, when I get attached, then I get more desire or lust for it. If I get it, I'm happy. If I don't get it, I get angry. While contemplating the object of the senses, a person develops attachment for them, and from such attachment, lust develops, and from lust, anger arises. Then what happens? Krodhat bhavati sammoha, we just read that one. Sammohat smriti vibhrama, smriti bhanshad buddhi nasho, buddhi nashat prashyati. क्रोधात भवति सम्मोहा, because of क्रोध what happens? भवति is होता है. क्या होता है? सम्मोहा, delusion. Sammohat smriti vibhrama, because of delusion smriti is memory, vibhrama is get lost. Smritir bhanshad, because of bhansh is getting lost. What? Smriti buddhi nasho, intelligence get lost, and because of buddhi nashat prashyati, what happens? The soul falls down. From anger, complete delusion arises, and from delusion, bewilderment of memory. When memory is bewildered, intelligence is lost, and when intelligence is lost, one falls down again in material pool. Anger, delusion, bewilderment of memory, intelligence lost, and soul falls down, right? So this is the thing, right? Now, why do we get angry again when our expectations are not met? Now, first thing, I wanted an object but did not get it. What is the root cause of this anger here? What is the root cause? I wanted an object but I did not get it. So it is deep attachment. Anger is coming because of the attachment to the object, right? And uncontrolled desire. The horses, they keep on running everywhere, right? So uncontrolled desire and attachment to the object. If I don't get it, I'll get angry. Now, expected kids, husband, wife to behave in a certain way, did not comply with my expectation. Again, expectation. It is the root cause of agony. Wanted promotion, raise, recognition, but did not happen as desired. Expectation, root cause of agony, right? How to manage anger? How should we manage it? Krishna says in the second chapter, 70th slok, Apuryam ana achalam pratishtham samudra mapa pravashanti yadvat tadvat kamam yam prashanti sarve sa shantim apnoti na kamakami. A person who is not disturbed by the incessant flow of desires. Desire will keep on coming because we have senses. And when we have senses, when we are looking at TV, the Netflix or other things, or we are seeing this Instagram, everyone appears to be so happy. Facebook, all friends are enjoying. Everyone looks happy, only I am sad, right? Everything looks so nice when you're looking at Instagram or social media and everything. But what happens? I feel I'm only suffering where everyone else is fine. So because of which we have also desire. Why can't I do like this? So a person who is not disturbed by the incessant flow of desires, the desires keeps on flowing on to us always. Just like rivers enter into ocean. Rivers are continuously entering into ocean. Similarly, our desires keep on coming to our mind. Now, when rivers are coming to ocean, which is ever being filled, but what happens? But the ocean remains always still. Ocean remains still. Although rivers are coming from all direction, but ocean remains still. Can alone achieve peace. Such a person who can, although the desires are flowing in non-stop, if still I can control my mind and does not get carried away by the desire, then only I can achieve peace. Then only I can achieve peace, and not the man who strives to achieve such desires. If I keep on running after my desires and trying to satisfy my desire, then I can never be happy. I have to filter my desire and keep my mind under control. Then only I can be happy. Then only I can be peaceful. Now, how to manage anger? Control desires by making intelligence stronger than the mind. Right? The desires are flowing incessantly, non-stop. So if I can understand, if I have a good control on my mind, and if my intelligence is stronger by cutting my senses from the material object and moving towards Krishna, connecting my senses out of material desires and to Krishna, what will happen? Automatically, I will slowly not have attachment to the desire, to the material pleasures. And then what will happen? Cut the desires. Then what will happen? I'll be happy. Then we talked about when we see the senses, cut the desires when it's the beginning. When the desire starts coming, at that point, the object you are going to, whatever object you are getting attracted to, start cutting to see that. Cut it from the source. When the desires start coming, then only start cutting it. Don't let it go till the attachment where it is beyond your control. In the beginning itself, start. And how you can do it? You can do it by self-talk. This is your internal mechanism. You have to talk to between mind and intelligence. Mind says, I want it, I want it. Intelligence says, no, you don't need it. It is your want. It is not a need. So that is a self-talk that you have to do between your mind and intelligence. So normally all of us do a lot of self-talk, and this self-talk is to stop from getting carried away by the desires. No, that is not, it's a want, it is not a need. You don't need it. Be happy in what you have. Right? So if we can do a self-talk, then what will happen? And cut our desire at the beginning itself, then we will be able to be peaceful. Otherwise, we'll keep on running after the desire and we will never be peaceful. Right? Now, husband-wife behavior or a close friend's behavior which upsets us, then first of all, accept the person as they are, because you cannot change the person. Yeah, you have to accept that person as they are and learn to forgive them. Learn to forgive them. Always remember that the people whom you are, you look at the karma angle. It is because of my karma that they are today in my life, to give me back something which I had done to them years, some lifetime which I don't know. So it's a karma angle. So all your close relations and things which are not going fine, remember, accept it. It is my karma. Forgive them for their current behavior and ask for forgiveness from them. Ask for forgiveness from them, because they are doing it as they are just returning it back to you. It is just a returning back to me. So what we need to do? We need to ask for forgiveness and accept it. Then promotion, recognition, although I'm working hard, but still my peer got promotion, I missed it. Always remember, karmanye vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. You have to do your duty, but the results are not in your hand. Don't have any expectation for the result, because the result does not only is because of you, about your hard work, because of you. There are so many other factors which influence our result, right? I have worked very hard, but still I failed in my exam. I did not do so well. It is not only because of me. Just think, even just our parents, they pray so much for our well-being, right? There are so many other things that happens. It is also because there may be some other team members who would have worked hard, because of which I could accomplish it. There could be so many other reasons. Think about it. So what we need to know, karmani evadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karm phal sangos. You have to do your duty. If you don't do your duty, it is a sin. So we have to do nishka, you have to keep on doing our duty without any expectation. That is nishkam karm yoga. And that is what, do your duty without expectation. And then what will happen? You'll be peaceful. I get it, fine. I did my duty. That is important. That should be the focus. Don't run after recognition, praises, promotion. They are only going to hurt if you don't get it. Yes, if you have not done your duty, then it doesn't mean that, because I am not good bother, I'll not do it. I'll not do my duty properly. Again, it is a sin. So we have to do it. Then mantra chanting and meditation to purify oneself and help one to control mind. Devotional service to Krishna without any expectation. Bhakti yoga for breaking the cycle of birth and death. All these things we are suffering because we are on this material world. So we have to do devotional service to Krishna so that we can come out of the cycle of birth and death. If we don't come out, we go back to spiritual world, then we will not suffer in the next birth, right? So our main aim should be devotional service to Krishna to come out of the cycle of birth and death. For that, chant, so that the link that we have between us and Krishna, that becomes strengthened. The more the link becomes strengthened, the more we will be at peace and we will be able to execute whatever I have written here. Yeah, it is without that, if I'm at a material level just like others, I will not be able to change. And that is why Krishna has sent all of you to this class, so that this knowledge can be given to you. I'm sure Krishna is watching all of you, and that is why today, the Bhagavad Gita knowledge is being shared to all of you, because he knew that this is something which is, it's a message from him. Take it that way, right? So take it this way, and yeah, by this we can break the cycle of birth and death. So that is how we can control our anger. Can anger be used for good? Can anger be used for good?
Yes, it can be used.
Yes, please give example.
Like if you want to fight for a good cause or cause that you think is good or will improve the society you are or for the greater good, yeah, then it can be used.
Yes, that's true. Very simple is between mother and child. A mother always scolds child for a betterment of the child. She'll not scold child because there cannot be a better relation than a mother and child. The mother, um, no one can be a better well-wisher of a child than a mother, right? So that is again for a good. She gets angry so that the child becomes better, right? And that's fine, right? Also, as you said,
Same is
Shreya,
for the teacher
absolutely,
and student relationship,
absolutely, that is a selfless service, teacher and student.
selfless
She-
service, and yeah.
Absolutely, because the teacher is not going to gain, she will only feel happy. My student has done so well. Yeah, that itself, that is a
Yeah.
satisfaction she gets that my student has done so well, right? Yeah, but also think about Hanuman. What did Hanuman do? It was his anger because of which he burnt Lanka, right? Think about Arjun.
Yeah.
What did Arjun do? Arjun fought. He killed so many people for the betterment of the entire society, right? So anger can be used for good, yeah, for some good social cause, for dharma, right? So that's some of the example that anger can, if adharma is happening, doesn't mean that we have to be good. Like Mahatma Gandhi says, if someone hits you on one, you just show the other. No, not always. Yeah, we have to fight for our rights if need be, right? Yeah, so if we have to look from a dharma perspective, is it right, is it dharmic or not? And if it's for dharma, we have to get up and get angry and fight, right? That's right. I had promised all of you in the last class that I'll share with you on the important shlok for the examination. So next week is the examination. 21st of December will be this paper. And what we have done till now, mind management chapter. These are the five important shloks that we have covered. Time management. There's something about, I've talked about all shlok mentioned under the topic 5 steps to time manage time as per Bhagavad Gita and 6.17, and then EI and relationship 2.62 and 63, which again we covered today. That is Hayadev Mumsam, the anger one. These are the two one that we again covered today twice. So these are the important shlok. My next class, 14th of December, we are going to revise whatever I have done, and specifically from exam point of view. My request to all of you will be, go through each of this. You all have Bhagavad Gita as it is. You have? If not, I will send you the link again of Bhagavad Gita as it is in the Veda-based.io. Please go through each of these shloks, understand the meaning of each word of these shloks, read the purport, the meaning and the purport, read that so that you are very well aware of the meaning and what shlok it is. Then also, I have sent today all the material that I have shared till now. So please go through the thing and see what are the probable questions. So there'll be some, I think 15 multiple choice questions. So those questions, normally I do my, what do you call it, recap. I do go through the recap. There'll be some, so questions probably mostly will be from there. Otherwise, there'll be 5 questions which will be more of, what do you call it, essay type. So there you will see something which, I have covered topic wise. So you can see that what questions could be asked. And anyway, go through those PPT that I've shared today. And next Sunday, when we sit together, you can ask me any questions you have on that. And what we will do is, um, we'll quickly go through the courses and these shloks so that we you all are well prepared for the exam on 21st. Okay.
Do we
So
need to learn the shlokas or just their purport and the meaning like that?
I would say, 62, 63 is important, and this in this one, 6.6 is important, and 34, 35 is important. So if you can memorize, that's great. 6.6 is important to memorize, and 34, 35, Chanchalam Hivana Krishna, that says Krishna, Arjun says that, and Krishna says
Uh,
35,
I
35.
have Yeah, that is true. But I have never studied Sanskrit, so it is very difficult for me to memorize them in Sanskrit.
Okay,
So
try
that
your
is the
best.
back.
Try your best. What
Ah,
we will
that.
do is, I mean, since I had very short time, I mean, I just started last month and I saw that so much has to be covered, so I actually rushed. But then we have decided that we will, the exam will be only till the today's class, and I'll be covering all other topics of this one as well as the next session that is on leadership. I will cover that in the next session. We will go slow. We'll have a lot of time, and I would really like all of you to start reciting the shlok. So I will spend half an hour on recitation and shloks, so that you should be able to read Bhagavad Gita nicely. That is important. That's why I'll also share my YouTube link. You can actually go through that 6.5 and listen from there, because I chant and I explain the meaning. It'll become very easy for you to get it how it is. So maybe that really helps. So I'll share that. All these shlokas you can see from my that link. Try to speak after me. Whatever I'm speaking, just speak after me. It'll be easy for you. Then I explain each meaning, and then I also explain the it may help you. Fine. Hmm? So I will send this snapshot also in the link, so that important shloks to be covered, and it'll be easy. Try to just if you go through all whatever I've explained to you, it'll be enough. Don't go on last class. I spent a lot of time in chapter 15. Don't study chapter 15, right? It was more of explain. I mean, I wanted you all to understand that there is a spiritual world, which is this material world is a reflection of the spiritual world, and who we are and how, and what Krishna was saying. So don't you don't have to focus on that, because that we will cover in the next year, next semester. In so that becomes like not much. Don't focus on chapter 15, whatever I've taught, right? That is out of syllabus.
Is there
That's
any
it.
version for Hindi as for Bhagavad Gita as it is?
Huh?
Bhagavad Gita it is as any Hindi version that is available?
Yes, Hindi version is available. You can do one thing. You can. It is not online. Hindi version is not online. What you can do is you can actually buy it from Amazon. Hindi version you can buy from there.
Okay.
Yeah, it is there. It's available there.
So I have the Gita in which the Sanskrit shlok is given, then the Hindi meaning is given, then the Tatparya is given. So
That's
three
fine.
parts are there.
That's fine.
Hindi I can do.
That's good. That's good. सिंस हम लोग का क्लास इंग्लिश में हो रहा है, तो आपको लिखना एग्जाम भी इंग्लिश में आएगा, तो आपको लिखने में आराम होगा वाला बात है. अदरवाइज
The English,
आई
I have the English
मीन
version also. English
हाँ.
also is there.
हाँ,
Both of
एक्चुअली
them
तो इसको
are there.
समझने हिंदी में समझने में और
हाँ,
भी
बस
अच्छा है.
वही हिंदी में एक बार समझ ले तो इंग्लिश में ज्यादा अच्छा रहेगा, इसलिए कि वो दोनों पढ़ेंगे. पहले इंग्लिश हिंदी वाला समझ ले तो इंग्लिश वाला थोड़ा
आराम हो
अच्छा
जाएगा.
आराम
आई
हो
एग्री.
जाएगा.
आई एग्री. आप उसको आप अमेजन से आप खरीद लो, है ना, एंड देन यू कैन रीड फ्रॉम देयर. एंड दोनों में है, इंग्लिश में भी है, गुजराती में भी है. आई थिंक यू आर गुजराती.
Yes, ma'am. I have
हाँ.
Gujarati version
ओके.
from Gita Gorakhpur. I have that one. I have.
ओके. ओके. ठीक है. So you can buy as it is from Amazon, and from there you can go through it. Even Gujarati version is there. You can buy that also. If you don't want Hindi, you buy that, and then you can see the English one.
Okay.
मैम
Okay?
मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि
हाँ, अंशु जी आप बोलिए, प्रभु
हाँ जी,
बोलिए.
क्या एग्जाम में हिंदी इंग्लिश मिक्स करके लिख सकते हैं?
इंग्लिश तो में लिखना होगा क्योंकि इंग्लिश है ना. लेकिन श्लोक तो आप संस्कृत में ही लिखेंगे, है ना. एक्चुअली तो अलाउड नहीं है हिंदी इंग्लिश मिक्स करके लिखना. लेकिन अगर अगर इंग्लिश में ही लिखना है, लेकिन कुछ अगर आपको लिखना है तो मैं ही करेक्ट करूंगी, आप हिंदी में लिख सकते हैं. इट्स ओके.
ठीक है.
ठीक है. समथिंग विच आर नॉट ट्राइंग, यू वांट टू राइट बट यू आर नॉट गेटिंग इट इन इंग्लिश, आप हिंदी में लिख दीजिए. दैट्स
कई
फाइन.
बार मतलब कुछ फीलिंग आ रही है लिखने का, पर प्रॉपर इंग्लिश वो उस लेवल का वर्ड नहीं मिल रहा.
आप उसको हिंदी में लिख दीजिएगा. दैट्स फाइन फॉर मी, क्योंकि करेक्ट मैं ही करूंगी. सो शुड बी
ठीक
फाइन.
है.
but actually it is supposed to be in English. So, but it's fine. I think that exception is okay.
ठीक है.
ठीक है?
मेरा भी एक क्वेश्चन है माता जी प्लीज इसको डू वी हैव टू टाइप और डू वी हैव टू राइट ऑन अ शीट आई मीन प्लीज क्लैरिफाई दैट
I think ask tomorrow with Abhijit Prabhu, because he's going to conduct it. And yeah, so he will be the right person to answer this question.
I mean, because if we have to type, then it's very difficult for us to write in Sanskrit or Hindi. I mean, for me, it is. I don't know about others, but we can't type in
I can
Hindi or
understand.
Sanskrit.
I think you
Typing
can
is
ask him.
hard.
He is the better person to answer this question.
Ji, thank you so
Okay.
much. Ji, thank
ठीक
you.
है.
Most
Well,
probably it will be to write on the sheet and then scan and upload it.
probably that's how it will be. है ना?
Maybe that will be good. I mean, then we can write in Sanskrit and Hindi. I mean, whatever language, that would be fine. But if we need to type or fill like on the Google form or
No,
something like
it's
that,
not
then
possible. It's not possible to. We are
It'll be
not
subjective.
typists. We are not
Subjective has to
typists.
be in,
Forget it.
yeah. So try, it'll be
Yeah.
actually English, supposed to be in English. Sanskrit, shlok will be in Sanskrit, but we have to write it in English. But अगर exception में अगर कोई word नहीं आ रहा है तो आप वहाँ हिंदी लिख दीजिए, चल जाएगा, है ना? Otherwise, it is supposed to be, English is the language in which we are supposed to have, because it is done by NIT Kurukshetra, na? So the papers will go there, है ना? ठीक है? So all the best. We'll meet on 14th of December then. Thank you. Have a great weekend and a great week.
thank you,
Bye.
Mataji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.